Hello, I'm Chuck Phillip, South Alabama Home Inspections, and welcome to another edition of Southern Home Talk. I'm standing in front of an older house. It's probably built in the late 50s, early 60s, and made out of clay city brick, which I've already run into several of those this week. And this thing is built on a slab, which is good because a lot of these were built on crawl spaces. But you can see right up here at the very top of the roof where this had a wind turbine, and of course it's no longer there, and so water's going straight into the house. And these wind turbines are vulnerable to wind, especially hurricanes. I used to have them on my house, and so what I did whenever a storm came by is I would go up there and put a garbage bag around it and tape it, but also remove it too, because you won't be able to get ventilation without that there. Kind of have a love-hate relationship with wind turbines. And so we're at the front of this, and it looks like it may have these crank-out jalousie windows. No, these probably lift up, but they're original to the home. And you can see all this white stuff at the bottom. That's efflorescence. That's where the minerals are wicking to the surface. And also these weep holes are at ground level, and so that can allow pests, termites, and moisture to come back in the wall cavity, and their purpose is to let moisture out. You can see, look at the clearance right there between the tree and this corner of the roof. Hopefully you can hear me over this road noise. I mean, there's a lot of it out there. It's got some negative grading at the front, and so more than likely in a heavy rain, it could be pooling water right there. It may even get in the house if it rains hard enough. And it's got some corner cracking right there around the windows, which is common, especially around window corners. It's not nothing that would concern me too much. It's normal to have some degree of cracking in your brickwork. Okay, I'm moving along to the right side of the house, and so when I do an inspection report, the right side is going to be as you face the front door, and there are those weep holes like I said earlier. Now you can put screens in those, they make them for those. Now I actually dust it with boric acid about once a year, which will help keep pests out of it as well. This is basically the side entrance right here, so I'm not going to be able to see so much glare. So I have to let the refrigerator. Let's see what's going on with this over here. You can see more of that efflorescence there. That's just from a lot of moisture. Now this white stuff you see on the windows, fungus, that's just from being a smooth surface. Well, I don't think this had an outhouse, but let's see. Nope, water heater closet. What the heck was that? And it used to have a gas heater. There's the vent for it. This right up there, guys, I call it an Odie vent. That's actually a brand name, but it's a mechanical vent that allow air in but not out. And it's probably a good idea they put it there with this window being where it is. You've got copper making direct contact with a water heater, which is going to create electrolysis in the pipe and cause it to fail. And it doesn't have a water heater pan, but they do have it blocked up. Now some people say, well, you don't need a pan if it's outside. Well, in my opinion, you do, because it'll protect the tank from rusting. And of course, we've got a gas can in here, which isn't good, but at least it's not a gas water heater in here, which would make it even more of a safety hazard. This reverse board battens, what this is, it's wood. Now this is possible, this could be treated and painted, but pretty much hardy board's taking the place of this. It's making ground contact, so if it's not treated, it could have termites in it. You can see the foundation is really thick on this back side. And it looks pretty good so far. I think there's a crack right there. Oh, there it is, right there. It's got a hairline crack, but that doesn't concern me too much because it's not, doesn't show any displacement, and also not transcending to the brickwork above it. It looks like the gas line has come detached from the house as well. That was the natural gas line that used to service the water heater. And I'm pretty sure this HVAC unit's had it. Yeah, original windows to the home. This is a beautiful lot. I mean, real big live oaks. It probably goes back a pretty good ways. It's also fenced in. And so they got a tarp up there, so more than likely probably a big chunk of this tree come off and went through the roof. Now more than likely the roof decking up there is 5/4, or 1 inch by 6 or 1 by 4 tongue and groove, and if probably heart pine at that. And if that's the case, that's one rigid roof system. But there again, if it's a 800 pound limb falling from 40 feet, it's not going to stop that, I don't think. So, okay, let's move to the left side, and that's as you face the front. It's got some black, looks like drain pipe coming back here. This may have been a cheater drain for the washing machine, and that's either ABS or polyethylene. And it's pretty grown up on this left side as well, so it's kind of hard to see. But you can see where this meter is damaged. And so what's happened is a limb has fallen and hit the power line or the service lateral, and it's pulled over the service mast, and it's also jacked over the cover in the box right there. So that's probably live, because usually it's the meter socket's just pulled. They don't disconnect it at the transformer, so chances are that's probably hot. See if I can get focused back on it better. Sorry about that, guys. I got to looking at something else. So that's a pretty big safety hazard right there. I wished I could get over there to it, but it's just too thick. Yeah, I don't see any way, plus it's getting dark. Well, all right, guys. I think that's about all I have to say about this house. I think I did mention this was clay sealed brick. But it also goes to show, how well these homes were built back then too. They took a lot of pride in their work. It does look like a very good masonry job on this. And I don't really see anything as far as the brickwork or foundation that would cause me any concern. And who knows what will become of this. I guess all houses have a service life, and eventually, they have to come down to make room for something else or something newer and better. So it's one of the reasons why I like documenting these, because, there's a good chance this probably won't be here a few years from now. And so at least there'll be a record of this. And I learned something from these as well, because I'm almost to 500 home inspections, and no two houses have been the same. It's just crazy. They're all different in some way, and usually I have to do some research as well. And so they help me learn as well, and I hope they are informative to you too, because the primary purpose of this channel is to be informative because of the brutal climate that we live in down here. Now, I'm pretty sure I forgot to say some things about this, and I probably will follow it up with information on the Facebook page, Southern Home Talk. And so, go like that as well, and because I put articles on the Facebook page too. But thanks for subscribing to this channel, and Also, I have a playlist dedicated to these abandoned houses, and I find them pretty fascinating. And so if you want to see the playlist, just go in there and check it out. And thanks for taking the time to watch this one with me too.